During the Hellenistic period between 323 and 30 BC, the goddess Isis became associated with Bastet and cats, as indicated by an inscription at the temple of Edfu. Isis is the soul of Bastet. In this period, cats were systematically bred to be killed and to be mummified as sacrifices to the gods. So at this point, Egyptians were actually sacrificing these cats to the gods. So you had a switch from them revering them, which they still did, but this was a huge sacrifice because if the gods asked for it, they sacrificed these divine beings essentially and then mummified them to be protectors in the afterlife. So they were literally killing them to do that. But this is when you've seen that switch between Bastet from before, then all of a sudden the goddess Isis takes on board this embodiment of Bastet, which I think is very interesting when you get to Isis, because this tracks back to the goddess Astarte, which I believe that the Nephilim worshipped was a fallen entity, which Astarte trickled down into Ishtar, which is a Babylonian goddess, and then that became this Isis. So I think this Astarte, Ishtar, Isis was this one central fallen entity or Elohim that all these different cultures worshipped because it was a derivative of each other, which I think's interesting that Isis is associated with Bastet. You have this lion-headed goddess who changes into this other domesticated form head, and then Isis becomes associated with that correlation of cats. So here you have this Isis figure, which some people think that the bloodline of Isis is this matriarchal Nephilim bloodline that has trickled down throughout all of these different bloodlines of royalty. And here you have this cat-headed goddess who's representative of that.